everybody? It's your favorite realtor, Mr. Landlord Status. And today, for season 2, we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about success. We're going to talk about the meaning of success. And it just so happens that today, it was a lot of people on social media. Cardi B weighed in on Birkin Bag situation because I guess she was being talked about. We had Yaya Mayweather in the mix, very successful women, and we had Saweetie in the mix about these Birkin bags by Hermes. Now, before we get into that, I want to talk to y'all about success. Few people that watch my page are young people, up and coming, and you really don't know what success is. So let me clear up what success is. If your bills are paid and all your needs are met and you have peace in your life, you are successful. If you wake up in the morning and you're alive and you have breath, air in your lungs, you are successful. Everything after that is extra credit. Now, for all you guys that are up in elms about what Yaya Mayweather saying, Cardi B saying about them Birkin bags, a lot of y'all simply just need to stay in your lane. Yes, most of us do not belong in that conversation because those things are way too expensive for us. I'm doing well for myself, but them Birkin bags, way too expensive for me. So normally I'm gonna stay in my lane, but I want to comment on what Saweetie said. Mostly she was trying to promote her album, Throwing Back to the Streets. So shout out to her. I think that's how we got into this conversation about if he can't afford a Birkin bag, get you a Birkin bag, he can't pay your bills. Shout out to the street. Send him back to the streets. Now, me, I agree and I disagree with that premise. I agree with that because she's simply saying if he's not in your class. See, a lot of these people are not in, a lot of people that you try to talk to, sometimes they're not in your class. It goes back to staying in your lane. Stay in your lane. A lot of you guys are chasing things that are way out of your grasp. Most of us, all of us probably watching this podcast right now will never have as much money as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's daughter, my kids, will never have as much money as Yaya Mayweather. My kids, my whole lineage will probably never, ever meet that type of money. So that is a class that is above me. And a lot of you guys are mad because this conversation is in a whole nother atmosphere, a whole nother stratosphere that you do not belong in. I'm just keeping it real. But that doesn't mean you're not successful. I just told you, if you have peace, you are successful. Those things that take you out of your peace can make you unsuccessful, can make you overwhelmed, insecure. And once you get insecure, you play yourself. We see it all the time. When there's someone in a job that they're overwhelmed at, they just cannot handle that task. They become insecure and then they play themselves. They either quit or whatever. People in relationships, when you're in relationships and you're overachieving and you're with someone that is just straight up out of your class or beneath your class, it doesn't work. That's why I tell people, stay in your lane, because when you're trying to do too much, that's when you get insecure. We all seen that guy that overachieved and he's so insecure, blowing his girl up 24/7, just doing lame moves because he's not in his lane. He's trying to do too much. Don't try to do too much. Stay comfortable. Stay where you at. Me, I'm happy. I'm glad I can't afford no Birkin bag. Hey, I'm cool with it. Them ladies are out of my league. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm trying to be in that league. I'm good. I got a girl. But what I'm trying to say is stay in your lane. Now, I do agree. She's saying, Saweetie, if I get it right, whatever. I'm sorry if I'm chopping y'all name up. Shout out to you. You got to be in the class. You know what I mean? Even the Bible says you got to be equally yoked. You got to be equals. So if you can't afford that, then you're not in her league. Point blank, period. And there's nothing to be mad about that. I don't understand why y'all so mad. Yes, relationships are deeper than that. Yes, you do need faithfulness. You do need love. You do need trust. You do need somebody who's going to be clutch. But in the initial preliminary trials of you dating, preferably you should be with someone that is in your class. You will avoid all kinds of problems. If you can't pay those bills for that person at that level, you shouldn't even be in that league. That's just what I feel. Because if you're out of your league, that leads to being overwhelmed. Overwhelmed leads to being insecure. Insecure leads to you playing yourself. Don't play yourself, like DJ Khaled said. We've seen examples of this. People that try to get the trophy wife, but don't want the trophy wife problems. They end up spinning out of control, going crazy, and they're looking to be fulfilled by chasing materialistic things, or material things, or frivolous things, or things that are not as deep as the soul, or not within you. You're looking for happiness externally, and you watch them spin out of control. You see a lot of people that are rich and they end up committing suicide. They're depressed. They have all the money in the world. They have everything they can possibly want, but they don't have everything they could possibly need. There's a difference. So a lot of you guys out there, don't be mad. You're blessed. That's one of the cons of social media. Social media can have you in your feelings. Social media can have you feeling like you're not doing that well because you got kids out here driving the nicest cars, being super successful. That's their life. That's their path. A lot of those people inherited that situation. You know what I'm saying? So don't be jealous. Just be you. Find happiness within you. And as far as the Birkin bag situation, let them ladies do them. That's a conversation for them. And no shade to having standards. You know, a lot of women in other classes, they want to have a standard. We should be encouraging that. Look, this is my standard. If you can't afford this, this is where I'm at. I'm looking for a partnership, not a sponsorship. And that's where a lot of y'all get twisted. A lot of y'all in y'all feelings because she basically saying, I need a boss. I need a boss that's going to be able to keep up with this standard. And if this ain't you, then you ain't in the conversation. Don't be mad. You just not in that conversation. Is relationships deeper than that? Yes, absolutely. But initially, in the preliminary stages, I'm going to say it again, this is the standard you need just to even walk in the door. Shout out to you. Hey, with all due respect, that ain't me. But hey, shout out to you. Do you. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I 100% support that. Because even us, regular folks, we have people that are not in our lane all the time. Let's be for real. You guys got people out there hitting on you and you like, are you kidding me? You know you're not in my class. You know I'm out of your league. Why you even trying? So don't be mad because somebody got on social media and they stunting and they way out of your league and they talking about stuff you can't afford. It's all good. For some people, hey, some people can afford to pay internet bill. Some people can afford to pay a mortgage. Cool. Some people can't. So that person is out of your league. It is all good. So we talked about success. We talked about that Birkin bag. Shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to Yaya Mayweather. Shout out to Sohidi. Y'all keep doing y'all thing out there. And look, keep getting them Birkin bags. Keep doing y'all thing. Keep setting a standard for your class. And some of y'all other ladies, y'all need to set standards too. That's what's wrong with us today. We don't have enough standards. A lot of y'all ladies graduating college and you settling. Put the standard out there. Look, if you ain't got this, if you ain't got that, you can't even come to the door. You can't even come to the meeting. Even the Bible talks about being equally yoked. That's word to God. So look, y'all got to get it together. Stop being upset about nothing. And you heard it first from your favorite realtor, Mr. Landlord Status. Maybe next time we'll talk about some properties and stuff like that. But I had to talk about this topic because a lot of people just out here saying crazy stuff. All right. See you next time, Mr. Landlord Status.